White Lightning at Fun Spot America in Orlando is a GCI wooden roller coaster, hybrid actually, has that steel structure with the wooden track, still technically a wooden roller coaster. It's one of those smaller rides, only has a max height of 70 feet, top speed of 44 miles per hour, but this is a fun ride. It's located at that park that most people typically go to at night after a day at like Universal or Disney. And let me just say, this is definitely a place that you should stop by if you're in the Orlando area visiting. White Lightning is a great roller coaster. It is super re-rideable. I believe I rode it 12 times within a span of 2 hours. It helped that there wasn't a line or anything, but when you get that wristband option, because Fun Spot America, you pay to ride each ride, not pay to enter. So I definitely recommend getting that wristband because this is a fun roller coaster. It's fairly smooth for a wooden coaster and it has a lot of airtime. Basically, the entire ride is straight out and back, crisscrossing over itself a bit, but it's mainly about those airtime hills. There's even a double up. You have this massive turnaround at the end where you bank super high up. And I think if there's just one word to describe this ride, it's just fun. It has a quick pace, so it's always moving. There aren't any dead spots during the ride. It's nonstop, bam, bam, bam. When you look at the track length, it's just over 2,000 feet long, so compared to a lot of other GCIs, this is definitely on the smaller side. I think there are definitely some complaints where people are like, okay, well, I wish it was longer, and yeah, I can understand that. But I think for the park that this is at, I mean, this ride is absolutely perfect, and it's a stellar fit for Florida. I think I stand by the statement that this is the best wooden coaster in Florida. There's going to be some that prefer Mind Blower, but I think that White Lightning is the better ride. So you go to ride White Lightning. Let's talk about some specifics, like where should you sit, that kind of thing. I personally would say the back is the place to be. Definitely try the front if you can, but I personally preferred the back. And one trick I did that actually gives you a bit more airtime, what you do, the lap bar will come further down on you during the ride. So I know a lot of coaster enthusiasts like to have their hands in the air, but if actually when the lap bar is down and it's at the position that you like, as you're going through the course, positive G-forces would normally send the lap bar down a few more clicks, and that prevents you from getting a bit more airtime. So if you actually hold your lap bar at the position that it's at instead of having your hands in the air, it allows you to get a bit more airtime during the ride. That's one thing that I noticed as I did that. I had a better experience because I was coming up out of my seat more, and that's not necessarily forever, and I still think if you have your hands in the air just enjoying the ride, you're still gonna have a good time. Regarding my favorite part of White Lightning, I don't know if there's one specific moment that really stands out to me. I think the double up is super fun, great moment. I also like this crisscross section in the second half of the return trip where it passes over itself and flips to the other side. That's kind of a cool S-bend moment. Like I said, this ride really is nonstop. You feel honestly like you're going faster than you actually are. And maybe I say that just because I rode it at night, but because of its size, you do feel like you're flying. So for its final score, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Comparing it to other GCIs, it's definitely on the smaller side, but when I compare it to others, smaller does not necessarily mean that it's not as good. I'd probably put this as like a middle of the pack GCI. There's some out there that I like better, some out there that I think aren't as good. And some of those rides that I think aren't as good are actually larger than this ride. So it really shows that size is not everything. Don't underestimate this ride. It's a good one. So that's my review for White Lightning at Fun Spot America in Orlando. Let me know about what you think of this ride, if you've ridden it, if you're wanting to ride it. Of course, you can check out more coaster reviews on my channel in a playlist organized by alphabetical order. So make sure to go check that out, and I'll catch you guys next time.